All right, guys, the Maker Road Trip continues. I'm here in Atlanta with Chad from Mancrafting.
How's everyone doing today?
I had to come visit the very first rocket stove kit that went out the door.
I had no idea that that was the case, but yeah, it's been a great little tool. I was gonna make some legs for this, but as it turns out...
These are our leg kits. They just are a flat plasma cut piece. You take them and you can grind them if you wanted to, but you can just fatigue them apart. These are the 4-inch legs, and you weld them on the bottom. You can weld them straight up like that, or you could weld them out at an angle, which is what I would do. And while I'm here, I couldn't think of a better place to announce 2 new kits in the Weld It Yourself kit line. We have a fire pit, large and small, and we're gonna put one of those together. Chad's getting the big kit.
Sounds great to me. Let's get started.
Yeah, let's go.
So part of this trip was having to unpack everything I brought with me. Chad's kit was kind of buried at the bottom of the Jeep, so we dug everything out, and then we're just gonna lay right into getting a bunch of welding done.
All right, so we're just going to put the legs at whatever angle we choose. We're gonna go about 45 degrees, tack them in, and then put a full bead on.
So I mean, once you have the bead on there, you can, or not the bead, but the tack, you can pretty much work it around. Yeah. I mean, you can't do it indefinitely. It'll eventually break.
Yeah, you can generally bend a tack twice, and then it'll break. All right, so this is our fire pit kit. This is the large version. It's 14 gauge or 12 gauge. We have both options available. 14's plenty for the fire. It's a little bit harder to weld than 12. What you get are 6 of these trapezoid shapes. These are the outside of the kit. You get 2 of these slightly smaller trapezoids, and these are the bottom centerpiece. And then you get 3 of these pieces, and they are the legs. You break them apart.
And all of that flat packs?
Flat packs comes to you flat rate, 2-day shipping.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah. Post office, hey.
That took, yeah, I was gonna say, that took a lot of planning to make sure that fits in that flat rate.
Yeah. They're designed to fit. The small one actually comes in a bubble pack envelope. The legs will start out, you just fatigue them apart like that. Chad, you do one, so it's not just me being Mr. Muscles. So there's our legs, and you just grind off those little sprues, and the rest of the pieces are ready to go. So first up is the center hexagon. Unfortunately, to get these to ship to you, it does come in 2 pieces, so we tack those together to start.
The most difficult part of the assembly is actually matching up the angle for these first 2 outside trapezoid pieces. The easiest way to do it is have a helper and hold them together to see the angle you need. If you don't have a helper, a piece of tape or a magnet will do the trick. Put a couple tacks where the outside pieces meet the center hexagon, and then bend the outsides together to line up the angle correctly.
So I would just put a tack there and we'll move on to the next one. So when you go to do a tack, what you really want to do is just be right in the joint.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just 1 dot.
So for the rest of the sides, it's really just rinse, lather, repeat. I like to put a tack on one corner, then where they meet at the top, then fill the rest in with tacks.
You want me to run around and put a couple tacks in this?
Yeah, do whatever you want to do. I gotta say, I'm super impressed how big this thing is. I didn't expect it to turn out this way.
Yeah, if memory serves, it's like 36 inches. You got a tape? Yeah, it's 35.5 inches on the short diameter and 41 on the long diameter. Wow. So I think I called it a 36 inch. It's pretty impressive.
Especially considering it comes in a kit with flat packs.
So we went inside to powder coat and laser etch a stainless steel tumbler for me and record an episode of Chad's Making Time podcast. And of course, Chad had to show me up on the powder coating skills, but it was my first time.
You think?
Looks good to me.
Like,
While my mug was laser engraving on Chad's Boss laser, we went back and powder coated the letters for Caleb over it. You can make this too sign. That's next week's video. And man, I gotta tell you, these mugs come out awesome. I'm actually drinking out of it right now while I'm editing, and I love it. Thanks, Chad.
So these go on like that.
Really?
Yep. Or if you want to, you can mount them like that, but you would have to cut them. Just set it into place with one tack on the base, and do 3 legs. Every other leg all the way around. All right. So now we can, bend these tacks, get everything nice and straight. And if you want to, you can call it a day here. You can weld some flat bar in there. You can do whatever, but you get all 6 legs in case you do want to put all 6 on. You feel confident doing a little overhead welding? I'll weld out one whole segment,
Okay.
to show you what's going on, and then I think I'm going to leave you to it and let you do the rest of it. Alright, so the problem that's going on here is that what you want to do when you weld is weld into a bevel, right? So you got metal all around you. Well, we're welding on the outs. We're welding this on a bevel here, so we have nothing behind us. So what you want to do is turn the machine down a little bit. Go down to about, I'm going to go about bolt under book value. No, it's definitely not necessary to weld the whole thing. I mean, you could just tack it all together and call it good, but the whole point of this is to get a whole bunch of practice.
Right.
Alright guys, so I have welded out 1/6 of the weld on this fire pit. Chad, you have 5 tries to better me. Go for it, I want to see them.
Alright.
Go watch Chad's video on the full build of this. I look forward to you guys checking out these kits. If you want one, I'm going to have links for them in the description. We'll have pricing. Check Chad's video out for a discount. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks.
Thank you.